wall that is splitting neighbors from neighbors, families from families. This is in the south. This is not the ones we were looking at earlier, where we were in the north. Now we were in Jerusalem, which is in the south. This is the trip from Hebron, and it's nighttime. We still probably about an hour away from Ramallah. We were going back to Ramallah. This is another roadblock. And when we say roadblocks, some of these roadblocks, it could be like checkpoints where it's only like an army jeep. They decide just to park their jeep in the middle of the road and just to make the Palestinians' life as miserable as they can. And you will have like hundreds of cars waiting on these roadblocks. And you really can't go, and all these towers, they're all over the place. Towers watching Palestinians just to give Palestinians a hard time. Now, we're not finished with the documentary, but the official business of the trip was finished, and I joined my family to basically, the official business was finished, and I joined my family. I wanted to go and visit my hometown. And my hometown, there's no technical difficulty. We come and just stay there. It's coming back. Okay. And what happened is, here we go. You see, you should have faith in me. I know what's going on. Now I took my family and we wanted to go visit my hometown. My uncles, my cousins, they never met my family. They never met my children. They never met my wife. And my uncle was ill at that time, very ill, and I had to go and see him. I just had to go and see him. There is no road here. We had to go through a mountain, and then to get to this road, if you see there's no cars on this road because no Palestinians, this road, there's a road block, like a bunch of dirt in the middle of the road, and you can't drive, so we had to go around that. Now we got too close to the city where we were going, and this is another road block that we had to wait there for hours and hours and hours and beg these people to let us go. Now they would not let us go, they would not let us drive. These people, they stay there for 4 hours, 5 hours, just standing there at a checkpoint. All these people are doing, they're going home. They're probably coming back from work, coming back from university, coming back from school. Of course, here, they did not let us go through with the van. The gentleman behind me is the van driver. This is me with my family, and we are walking to my town. So, yeah, I'm tired. We had to walk for probably about 3 miles. And if anyone knows the Palestinian topography, there's a lot of mountains there. And yeah, I probably lost a few pounds. I needed them. I needed to do that. But probably a couple of more trips, then I'll look like, I'll lose about 50 pounds. I probably that's a good diet, exercise for me. Of course, my son was baffled, seeing a donkey there. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, we only had to, we stayed in my uncle's house for 15 minutes because when I got there, I didn't know that these roadblocks close at 7 o'clock. So we were there for 15 minutes. Now, my family never seen my children, my uncles and my cousins. They never seen my children. I only can visit them for 15 minutes because I had to get back to walk through these mountains to get back into the roadblock where we left the van at. And that's another walk in another 3 miles. And when we got there, they would not let us through because it closed at 7 o'clock and we got there at 7:30. We had to walk. Look at it. This is nighttime, just doing nothing but walking, trying to get to the van. And they would not let us get to the van. So what we have done is I told them I took my, this is the end of it here. And we basically, the next day, we were going to Jordan, and then from Jordan we were flying to the United States. But that last checkpoint that you saw, we had, they would not let me in. Now I can't go back because going back, it was nighttime, and going back I had to walk up all the mountains and all that stuff, and then we had the van on the other side. The driver was with us. So what I did, the driver said, hey, look, why don't you walk into the checkpoint? Now, you can't get close to them. They have to motion you. And they kept motioning me to go there, to go back. And the driver said, take your son. They're not going to shoot you when you have your son with you, your baby. So, I mean, I had to think about it, and I said, okay, well, I hope they're not going to shoot me and the baby. So I carried my baby, I left my family and the driver, and I walked towards him, and he was still motioning me to go back. So what I did is I kept walking into him, but at that time, I tell you what, I was very scared because I didn't know what in the world he was going to do. And after I told some of my relatives who lived there what I have done, they said, you are crazy because they could have shot you and the baby, because it happened before. But anyhow, this guy did not shoot us. And when I got there, he said, no, you can't go. He said, it's closed. I said, what do you mean it's closed? I don't have any place to go. And we argued for about 15, 20 minutes. And then I just sat on the ground, told him, okay, give me a blanket. Me and my family, we're just going to be here with you tonight. We'll keep you company. So he called his officer. And his officer came, another argument about 15 minutes, and I told the officer the same thing. I have no place to go. I can't go back. Go back to where? My town is like on the other side of Nablus, which is like being in Caring Crow and wanting to go down to Abbeville. So it wasn't that good of a... it was an excellent trip. I'm glad we went. And my children seeing what the Palestinian people are going through. Do we have someone online? I see 2 lines open. And now line 1 was on first. Is that line 1 or line 2? Which way are we going to? We're going to 1. Go ahead, you on.
Hello, sir.
Yes, hello.
Doctor, I want to ask you a question. If you know what the name Kakili, if you knew what that name means.
Kalqilia?
Yes.
I don't know. I have no idea.
And you mentioned the name Barack. Was that Barack Obama?
No, probably Barack.
Yeah. Earlier when you were naming